Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Funny, episode number 510. I think, I'm pretty sure. I'm keeping up with these, cataloging them. Hey, what's up? No, it's, it's another day. No, it's the weekend now. Unfortunately, I work Saturdays, so I'm gonna be working today, but put out a gaming stream. I want to start doing more like Steam demo gaming streams and showcasing games and I'm trying to do more interviews. I've just been busy with school, with work, and then like recording the basic podcasts and stuff, as well as trying to, get my medications right. And I don't know, it's just a lot of stuff going on, but trying to keep on a consistent schedule and all that, but I want to do more. I want to do more. No, I don't know. I want to lose weight too. I feel like a fat piece of shit. And then right now I'm just tired, but I took a lot of medication right now. But let's look at the news, shall we? Because I like it's kind of my thing that I like doing here. Where do we start? What do y'all want to talk about? Oh my god. Okay, so Ozzy Osbourne slams Kanye West for sampling war pigs without permission. And I saw this on Twitter. uh he was like tweeting, "Oh man, Kanye West, you asked for permission to use Black Sabbath War Pigs, a sample without vocals, and I said no, and you did it anyways. I don't want to be associated with you, you anti-Semite, and all this blah blah blah." And I'm like, okay. I feel like this is the least worst thing Kanye West has done lately. I know, like, he's been having his girlfriend or wife or whatever parade around basically like naked. Or, I mean, I'm surprised he'd probably take her skin off of her and have her walk around without her skin if he could. But uh, I don't see this as a big deal. Uh, Especially if Ozzy Osbourne would probably get paid for it. Like someone from Kanye's record label be like, "Hey, here's the money for sampling your song. Go, do some heroin or whatever the fuck he does, That's that's how we solve things nowadays with heroin and poppy seeds or poppy flowers. Speaking of money, right? OpenAI CEO Sam Altman seeks as much as $7 trillion for a new AI chip project. And let me reiterate that, like, he would need to Altman could need to raise between 5 trillion and 7 trillion for the endeavor. That's a lot of fucking money. Like, that's like fucking cyber, what is it? The company that did the Terminator chip, that's like Cyberdyne or whatever, Skynet bullshit. Like, that's a lot of fucking money for AI and its growth. And imagine, I mean, like, he probably will get it. I don't know if he'll get it from just one investor, maybe multiple investors, but like, that's a lot of money to fuck with. And to, I don't know what they're gonna do with AI still. Like, what are your plans? Yeah, you're making jobs easier, but you're also taking jobs away, and you're making things. I don't know. People are gonna find evil ways to use AI, like they've shown, when you want obviously it to be used for good. This is like the atom bomb, or like when Tony Stark created Ultron. Like, oh, I did it for the good of the people, but ended up going against the people. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. He's gay too, so that's pretty cool. I didn't think he was gay. He looks gay now that, like now that I see. Let me see a picture of him. Do I have a picture of him here? Like, now that I see that he's gay, I can't unsee it. You know what I mean? Speaking of I don't know. What am I talking about? I don't know. Old people. No. Kamala Harris reacts to DOJ special counsel scathing Joe Biden report. And Vice President Kamala Harris responded to the Department of Justice Special Counsel report on President Joe Biden's handling of classified documents on Friday, saying that it was clearly politically motivated. As a former prosecutor, the comments that were made by prosecutor gratuitous, inaccurate, and inappropriate, Harris said while speaking to the report on Friday. The way that the president's demeanor in that report was characterized could not be more wrong on the facts. Clearly politically motivated, gratuitous. I will say that when it comes to the role and responsibility of prosecutor in the situation, you should expect that there would be a higher level of integrity than what we saw. So she's just talking shit about, the Department of Justice, saying that, what Joe Biden was handling, like, classified documents, I guess, inappropriately or whatever. And they ended up going with this defense of sort of, well, he's an old senile man, so we can't really charge him for it. And now that's going against him, because it's like he's like, I'm not a old senile man. I'm as witful as a Cracker Barrel or whatever. And uh that's all the reporters are saying, like, do you think you're too old to do your job? Do you understand? Do you remember things? Are you being forgetful? It's just hilarious, because everyone's hating on him for that, and he's getting like people to defend him. And I don't know, they're attacking Trump like that too, though. I know that Nikki Haley is attacking Trump on being too old. And it's interesting that that's the way we're going with the attacks. Like, all these two candidates that we see are about to go head to head again for the second year and finish the story, and are going to. They are too old. I feel like we do need some sort of like younger blood or something. And I don't know. I feel like RFK is it, but they're not gonna let him in because he's just a fucking firecracker. I don't know. I don't really care. You just put Bernie in there, even though he's old as fuck too. He'd be funny, Bernie Sanders. But I don't care. I just want Trump back because I think it'd be funny, and I want to see Tucker Carlson interview him and all that other shit, and become his vice president and all that. That'd be fun. Let's see. Lastly, a couple big money things. Amazon lands an exclusive NFL playoff game for streaming next season. This is a pretty big deal. Amazon next year is going to stream on Prime Video, uh, like, playoff games for the NFL. And a lot of people are pissed because, people like football and they don't want to subscribe to a whole other thing. I know when I and this isn't have I don't know if this does the same thing, but for NBA, when I was trying to watch a game the other day, when I was still betting on parlays, you had to have like a random subscription to random things to see random teams. Like, I could probably see the Spurs because I'm here in San Antonio, but if it's not local, it gets a little complicated where you have to watch it here or there, or be subscribed here. Or they have deals with this company, blah blah blah. So this makes it a little like, oh shit, these streaming services are really doing a lot. Where look at the Netflix getting WWE, look at Amazon getting football. I don't know. It's only a matter of time before the NBA gets put somewhere. I even think Hulu or someone has like soccer. So yeah, and then the Olympics being on a certain platform, it's just crazy. Like the way they're battling it out here with the mega deals that they're making, and then they're gonna have to lay off jobs because they're spending too much money on content. But oh well, what can you do? What can we do but just spend more money than we're making? Lastly, here, I just want to talk about it real quick. Sony Music acquires major stake in Michael Jackson's catalog valued at $1.2 billion plus, and was apparently the conclusion of a deal. Sony Music Group has completed a transaction to acquire half of Michael Jackson's publication and recorded masters in a transaction that values the total catalog at around 1.2 billion and possibly more. Sources confirm. Billboard reports that Sony will pay at least 600 million for the stake. If accurate, the deal is the biggest for a single music artist asset to date. Uh, it's a complex deal which includes assets from Michael Jackson's legendary Mike Jack publishing catalog, includes multiple titles by Sly and the Family Stone, as well as hits written and performed by Jerry Lewis, Ray Charles, Percy Dion. However, it does not include royalties from the MJ Broadway musical and other theatrical productions featuring the musician's music. So that's interesting that they're making deals like that. I mean, Michael Jackson's timeless, dude. Like he reminds me like of even like the Vince McMahon stuff going on. You know, whatever legacy they had that was tarnished at the end of their lives, and what people may remember them for. Certain people, other people, they got their childhoods or their lives bettered because of them, and I feel like that kind of balances out the universe in a weird, funky sort of way, but uh not like, I don't know. I just feel bad for Michael Jackson, the way he went out and how everyone's all still talking shit about him, but I'm glad he's still known universally as the king of pop. Like, he literally is the greatest. And look at like the stuff with WWE where they're trying to erase Vince McMahon, but you can't erase the legacy that he's done and created. And you could not mention him, but you have to understand that he did create it, and without him, it wouldn't have been where it is. So, like, our heroes aren't perfect. Like, we put we put our heroes on pedestals, but we have to understand like that they're not. I don't know. They're human, but they're worse. You could look at like the god Zeus and how everyone loved the god Zeus, but he was around going around fucking pigs and animals and fucking other women, outside of his wife's life and stuff. So yeah, it's all about, I don't know, just don't meet your heroes and don't have like these high expectations for them because your dreams will get shattered. But yeah, that's so funny, I guess. That is pretty funny. I want to thank you for listening and watching. You're watching to That's All Funny podcast. Whenever podcasts are available, just search That's All Funny. Check out the podcast That's All Kayfabe with me and my buddy Gabe. We're talking about wrestling. It's available whenever podcasts are available. Just search That's All Kayfabe. You can see the video of it on YouTube, youtube.com/@LorenzoAriola, where you'll see the video of that, the podcast, other random videos, or a live show I do on Tuesdays with the great, beautiful Ed Mint Salad, or Mint Salad, at Autistic Boobs on Twitter. We're talking about movies, play a game. That'll be on Tuesdays. If you want to see older episodes of that, check it out on the Patreon, patreon.com/@LorenzoAriola. It's got bonus episodes, early episodes, deleted episodes, uh, extra episodes, ad-free episodes. $5 a month gets you everything. Check that out. It helps support the page, helps support the podcast. Or you want to buy any merch, stickers, t-shirts, prints, check out retrohorrorinc.com, where we have that there. Or if you want to commission some great art from a great artist, add Retro Horror Inc. on Instagram. He's the Bret Harder graphic art. Can't be beat. That's at Retro Horror Inc. I want to thank you for listening. Thank you, my supporters, and